Welcome to the 2016 Discovery World Triathlon Race Briefing. This is a step-by-step guide to get you from registration to the start and the finish line. Registration will take place at the Greenpoint Athletic Stadium. All participants must register in person with their ID documents and race numbers on hand. If you are part of a relay team, all team members must be present. Minors must be accompanied by a parent. At registration, you will receive your race pack and age group guide. Your race pack will contain the following items: a wristband, bike and helmet stickers, your race number, swim cap, race belt for individuals, race bag, and a transition bag. 8 safety pins will be supplied for teams. Please note that all athletes must register in person. Your wristband should be worn from the time of registration up until you have checked your bike out of Transition 2 after your race. Bike sticker. Attach your bike sticker to the seat post facing backwards. Please ensure your bike meets the bike specifications as listed in the Age Group Athlete Guide. Helmet sticker. Attach the helmet sticker to the front of your helmet. Make sure the number is clearly visible so that you can be identified for your race photos. Race number. Fasten your race number to your race belt. This can be done by removing the toggles, placing the strings through the holes and adding the toggles back. Make sure you wear your race number on your back during the cycle and in front on your run. Teams must use the safety pins to attach their race numbers. Race bag. Mark your race bag by writing your race number in the space provided on the bag. Place all your personal belongings, including clothes to wear after the race, in this bag. Make sure the race number on all your items is the same. Timing chip. The timing chip should be worn around your left ankle, fastened with Velcro. We suggest you tuck it in under your wetsuit during the swim. Top tip: use a safety pin to secure the strap. Transition bag sticker. Attach the sticker to the strap of the transition bag. You will leave this bag in Transition Zone 1, and we will take this to the finish area for you to collect after the race. Make sure all your belongings are in this bag before exiting Transition 1. Transition setup. Transition 1. Bike and cycle gear check-in, located in the V&A Waterfront Precinct, will be open from 5:30 a.m. for the standard and 7:30 a.m. for the sprint. This will allow you to rack your bike and check all your gear for the bike leg of the race. Tip: make sure you have your helmet on and fastened correctly when entering this area on the morning of the race. The TSA technical officials will do a visual check of your bike and helmet to make sure they meet the safety requirements in order to race. Your bike must meet the ITU specifications for a draft legal race. Your bike should be racked with your back wheel in the rack. Place your helmet, shoes and race belt neatly next to your bike. Tip: do not spread your gear out all over the place. Keep it as close as possible to your bike. Transition 2. Run gear check-in, located right next to the Greenpoint Athletic Stadium, will be open from 5:30 a.m. on Sunday, and no bikes will be allowed in this area. Familiarize yourself with your surroundings and your future racking position. Tip: check in your running gear T2 first and then move on to T1 to check in your bike and your transition bag. Swim start. When you leave T1 after you've racked your bike, make your way to the swim start assembly point at North Wharf in front of the dry dock yard. Swim check-in. Your start time will be printed on your race number and published on our website. Please ensure that you're at the start 20 minutes prior to your wave start time. The water temperature will be measured an hour before the start of the first wave. If the temperature is 14 degrees Celsius or below, wetsuits will be compulsory. Make sure you bring a wetsuit with you, as the likelihood of this being a wetsuit compulsory swim is highly probable. When reporting for your start wave, you should already be wearing your wetsuit with your timing chip, swim cap and goggles. Tip: Only wear what you need for the swim and leave anything else, including your shoes, in your transition bag. Swim start. The swim starts with all athletes in the water holding onto the pontoon. Athletes will swim one lap of the swim course in a clockwise direction. If you feel uncomfortable or unable to continue with the swim, roll over onto your back, raise your hand, and a lifeguard will assist you. You will exit the water at the pontoon. Volunteers will be available to lend a hand. Once out of the water, head to Transition 1 to change into your bike gear. Note that you are only allowed to pull your wetsuit down to your hips, and you're only allowed to take off your wetsuit once you're in T1 next to your bike. Transition 1. Swim to cycle. If by chance you have lost your timing chip, you will have to inform the technical officials and they will assist you to get another one. Without this chip, we will not be able to track your time. Tip: put your helmet on first, fasten it, and then take your bike off the rack. Before leaving T1, make sure you have your race number on your back and that all your equipment is placed inside your transition bag. Any items not placed in the bag will be handed in at lost property. The event organizers will not be responsible for any lost items or equipment. Only mount your bike after the mount line. Please take note of the bike specifications as published in your athlete's guide. Your wheels must have a minimum of 12 spokes. No disc wheels are allowed. Your handlebars must be plugged. If you're using clip-on bars, be sure that the bridge does not exceed the foremost line of the brake levers. Clip-on bars must also have a solid factory bridge or should be touching each other. Brake levers or gear levers must not be attached to the clip-ons, nor any of your water bottles or water bottle holders. This is a draft legal course. Please consider the safety of your fellow athletes. You will need to count your own laps when racing. Failure to complete the correct number of laps will result in a disqualification. Transition 2. Cycle to run. When you head into the transition area, reduce speed and dismount your bike before the dismount line. Be aware of other cyclists coming into the transition area. First, rack your bike in the allocated area and then remove your helmet. For the run part of the event, you'll be required to wear your race number on the front. Make sure you rack your bike and leave your bike gear neatly next to your bike. Tip: your upper body must be clothed and no athletes will be allowed on the course without a shirt. Water points. There will be 2 water points on each lap of the run. Stay hydrated and do not litter beyond the demarcated littering zones. Important: timing chips. After your photo finish and medal celebration, please return your timing chip. Missing chips will be charged for. Relay teams. If you're racing in a team, transition handovers will take place in the allocated handover zones. Hand over the timing chip to your teammate. Make sure that he or she fastens the chip on their left ankle. Only 1 athlete per team will be allowed in this handover zone at a time. The cyclist should be waiting in the allocated handover zone for the swimmer with his or her helmet, shoes, and number on, ready to go. Make sure you hand over the timing chip properly before heading to your bike. If you're doing both the swim and cycle in your team, make sure that you put all your swim gear in the transition bag, as explained earlier. Once the cycle leg is finished, the athlete must first rack the bike before heading to the team handover zone to hand over the chip to their runner. The chip will now go onto the runner's left ankle. Take note that the second transition will be in the Greenpoint Athletic Stadium, about 1 kilometer away from the transition zone. On entering the stadium for the final time, all team members can join their runner and finish the race together. This will make for a grand photo finish on the famous blue carpet. Race bag pickup. Once you've crossed the finish line and handed in your timing chip, move into the rider recovery zone and collect your race bag from the race bag collection area. For security reasons, you will have to show your race number to receive your bag. The Discovery Vitality Recovery Zone. The Discovery Vitality Recovery Zone will also be located in the Rider Recovery Zone. This is a complimentary service to Discovery Vitality members. Please visit the professionals and book your time slot for a complimentary massage. Be sure to stick around and enjoy our race village. The age group podium ceremony will take place in 3 separate ceremonies for men, women and teams on race day, followed by the elite athletes in the afternoon. Bike collection. The Transition 2 for bike collection will open at various intervals depending on your start wave. Please make sure you collect your bike by 1800 hours, as there will not be security to look after bikes after the closing of this area. Please note, for security purposes, only athletes can collect their bikes. Wristbands must be worn for identification purposes. Should you, for any medical reason, not be able to collect your bike, officials will be informed, and individuals collecting the bike for you will need to provide your details as well as their identification and contact details. Good luck for your race, and most of all, we hope you enjoy every moment of swimming, cycling, and running.